Hello, happy Friday. So try to get comfortable here to begin a 444 guided meditation. Hi Sharon and Loretta. Thanks for tuning in. Wednesday's meditation was extremely powerful for myself, as I hope it was for others. For we ascend and we leave not our body behind. Our body joins us. We ascend with the body and we find our personal truth. For a Zoom podcast today, I was part of a conversation talking about the tree of life and how it's worked with the Kabbalah. And the Kabbalah asks, who am I? What are my gifts? And where am I going? For the Kabbalah means to receive knowledge and illumination by asking the right questions. For the knowledge is always within. So we begin by asking, who am I? What are my gifts? And where am I going? And in today's meditation, we are going to align the major chakras of the body, bringing the energy from the singular source of love from the crown into our heart. And bringing the love of the mother, the goddess, from the heart of the earth to the lower chakras and into our heart. So as above is below, as we become the tree of life, asking ourselves, who am I? What are my gifts? And where am I going? Because as we begin to open the channel to our divinity, to our true self, finding the truth of us, we begin to manifest the world we see. The world that reflects our own truth and the truth of the divine. That we are all divine, all connected, and all one. And we rise up Jacob's ladder, moving from the earthly realms, the magic realms of our creativity, gifts of our manifestations, of the energy of the source. We can create a magic realm here on earth. As we become new humans, luminous sapiens, light beings, and with the container of our form, the space between the inhale and the exhale expands to the perfect here now moment. So let's begin. Find a comfortable seat. Whether you're sitting, back straight, shoulders soft. Or if you prefer to lie on the floor, your right hand on your lower belly and your left upon your heart. You begin to prepare the altar. The temple around you. Your Merkaba, light spirit body. Become a witness now of your breath. As it moves in through your nose, moving through your throat and into your heart as you hold that breath, expanding that space. And you exhale through your mouth, contracting your abdomen, releasing all that no longer serves, holding the space once again. Breathing in, long, slow, mindful breaths. Holding that breath within the sacred altar of your heart as you feel it expand in all directions. Holding that breath. And then exhale, squeezing your abdomen, releasing all that no longer serves you. As you sigh through your mouth with a long exhale. Begin to watch and feel the rise and the fall of your chest. How with the inhalation you feel the expansion as you receive. And with the exhale you contract, letting go. As your breath becomes a looping energy of divine spirits. Follow your breath with your mind's eye as it moves in, expanding through your body. And exhaling, letting go. Softening your mind. Softening your body to receive. Now we begin to build our temples together. As you begin to see 4 columns of light moving up from the floor around you, within the space that you sit. The cornerstones of your temple, your Merkaba, temple of light, where you sit upon a throne of white marble. And you begin to see these columns of light move above your head 6 feet. And from the columns themselves, you begin to see filaments of light, fluid light, move over your head, creating a tapestry, a ceiling of light, of stars, of suns of all the universes. This becomes the ceiling of your temple. As you look above you, sensing the space, you begin to see an infinity. All the stars of all the universes, as they float above your head. And you begin to sense the space all around you now within this temple. And here within this sacred space, you set your intention for your meditation, for finding your truth, answering the questions, who am I? What are my gifts? And where am I going? As we have started the ascension process, creating a realm of magic here on earth. Creating manifestations for our highest purpose. Creating a new human, a new world. Take 3 long, deep, slow breaths here as you call in your angelic team, your guides, your higher self to be with you in this space, feeling their presence around you now. And as you become a witness to your breath, here within this chamber, this temple, sitting upon this throne of white marble filled with rose gold, holding a scepter of light in your right hand and the stars and the moons in your left. You prepare for your journey of light. You prepare for your journey of ascension, guided by the stars and the moon and the great scepter of light. Feeling an opening within your heart as the great sun that sits within the altar of your heart begins to burn brighter. With each inhale and exhale, you begin to feel the heat from the center of your chest. Move out in 6 directions. In front of you, behind you, to the left and right, below and above. And as you begin to melt within the depths of your own hearts, within this holy portal, this stargate, you begin to feel carried upwards on the flames of the sun. And as you look above you with your mind's eye, at the ceiling above, the ceiling of stars and suns, you begin to feel yourself move upwards on this great flame from your star, from your sun, through your throats, activating and aligning the chakra here within your throat, your divine voice, speaking your truth, speaking your light language, singing the song of your soul. You begin to feel yourself being lifted higher still into the middle of your head, to the pineal gland, the antenna to higher vibration and frequency, connected to your divine sight. Opening up the vision to see your truth, the truth of who you are and the world we are creating, the paradise this great flame, this great star from our heart activates this gland, aligning and purifying. Removing the mask that you wear, the personality that no longer defines you. You begin to see yourself as the individual expression of your great soul and spirit. You begin to see the masters, the angels around you, the colors within this room, the shapes, the forms. As you begin to move up to the crown on this great flame, and as this 1,000-petaled lotus opens, seeing the dewdrops of rain, of holy water, reflecting the multiverses, the stars above us. And we begin to feel and hear the calling of our activation sun, be it the great central sun, the great central sun, calling out to our sun, aligning us, opening up the channel to receive. And we begin to float into the stars themselves. We begin to fly and move through the multiverses. No longer held back by time, form, or our dimension. And we look down upon our luminous bodies of light. Seeing that each cell within our body is a great star as well, vibrating, spinning, singing, a beacon calling out. We no longer feel flesh and blood and bone. We feel like stardust. Light sparkling through the universe. We begin to move out even further, moving into higher dimensions now, becoming lighter, more like the stardust. Our angelic form that sings with the universe, with each inhale and with each exhale. Begin to sing your song with each breath that you take. Floating above all the dimensions, seeing the grid, the web, the womb of all creation, from our vantage point within the void itself, within the blackness that is everything. We begin to see stars being born. We begin to see the universe expanding. As it too breathes in and out. And we begin to see how each breath, each sound, each word is mirrored upon the grid, is reflected upon this webbing, creating its own vibration, manifesting our thoughts, our dreams, and our love. For it is love that is the highest frequency, and gratitude here within the void, surrounded by your teams, your guides, your higher self, aligning all the chakras from outside of your body, the soul chakra, the Maya chakra, the crown, the brow, the throat, into the heart. For what is above is below. And in this space, there is a knowing. And you begin to feel the interconnectivity of all worlds, all universes. As you float in this nothingness, as you dissolve into everything and everyone, you claim your crown as you sit on the throne with your scepter of light in your right hand and the stars and the moons on your left. Yakota'i ala la mokotatashi ala laki. Hakumoto ahi ala la kotati ashishala. Hi ala la mokota hi atatumota I ala mama I ala la mutushiti shi ala la tuku. Atati ala la koi ala la hiki ala la moita hai shishala hi. Hakomota hi. Weaved into the Christ consciousness, we ascend together, clearing our chakras, for as above is below. And as we begin now to float back from this void through the multiverses, the star systems, the solar systems, seeing the fabric of life, the threads of consciousness weave themselves, creating a greater unity, we breathe, allowing our higher self to merge with us here, opening our heart even further with the compassion of all the goddesses from Hathor, Isis, Mother Mary, they fill the chalice of your hearts. As you float down from the source through the multiverses, the solar systems, into our universe. As in the great tree of life, we are now anchored into the fiber of all consciousness. And as we move closer to the earth, past our sun, we begin to see the great mountains, seeing the sun of their hearts. We begin to see the great oceans, the rivers, the streams. And we move further now, deeper into the earth, through the oceans, seeing the creatures, the dolphins, the whales, the elements of light here within the ocean, the sea. Speak their language, whispering their mysteries, their knowledge of the time before. Of your time in Atlantis and Lemaris. And as you move through the bottom of the ocean into the earth's core, at the very center, the very heart of a great crystal that sits at the base of the tree of life, multi-dimensional, a portal. We connect to the mother's heart. We connect to the sun of her heart now, her star, the great mother, Hathor, Isis, Mary Magdalene, and the line of goddesses from Sophia and her dragons, the female Christ, Mother Creator. We are the clay of her form, born through her cosmic womb of light, and born of the womb of our mother in flesh. We begin to see her heart, the great, great sun within her heart, expanding in all directions, blinding us with her light and her love. Until we are surrounded, encapsulated by her heart. creating rings of light, frequency, and fire around our body, moving into our heart, into our cells, into our bones and blood, purifying, removing our masks, our fear, our doubt. And within this bubble, this rings of light and flame and vibration. In this Merkaba, from her heart, we travel up from her heart within the center of the earth. Moving up now through the soil, the grass, through the floor of the room of the temple, that we sit upon the throne of white marble, scepter of light in our right hand, the stars and moon in our left. We ride up through this bubble as it moves into our feet, into our knees, into the left and right hip, and into the base of the spine, activating the earthly realms, the base chakra, the sacral and the hara, the sacred feminine and the sacred masculine points. This great flame moves up, activating, aligning, cleaning, and clearing to receive more energy from the Mother, receive more love for us to shine. And it begins to move up now into our solar plex, into our sun, into our will, and finally meeting into our heart. For as above is below, the tree of life, activating the chakras from the crown to the heart, to the earth, to the heart, as they come together here for transformation, transmutation. We begin to feel the energy surging through our bodies. We begin to feel our heartbeats. We begin to hear it in our ears, rocking us, moving us. We begin to shake, rock back and forth. As the energy settles within to our form, we begin to dissolve now. Into the sun of our heart, sitting on our throne, a scepter of light to shine in the world. In our right hand, the stars and the moons in our left, the Mother and the Father where we have aligned our chakras to allow the flow of energy, the light of the true God, our true self, to move into our heart from the great void, and to move up into our heart from the mother's heart. And we allow ourselves to sit here upon our throne, reclaiming our crown, reclaiming our voice, reclaiming our sight, reclaiming our love, reclaiming our will, reclaiming our passion, and reclaiming our tribe, our family, our earth. Hakuia totashi alamo katai alala tatoi katashi titi alalaki alalaku alalahi morashishia momai alalaku tatashi shishi alamomata alalamamai 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 alalamamai. Begin now to find the rhythm of your breath. Watching the rise and the fall of your chest. As you begin to feel the expansion of your heart now. aligned, purified. For now you ask yourself the question, who am I? You are a sovereign being. You are the divine in form, the chosen. As we ascend to a new world, together, shining the truth of who we are, shining the love of who we are for all to see, and seeing their truth and the truth of the world. Thank you so much. I'm not sure what happened to my big desktop computer, if you're still seeing it through the link or through the watch party, but I hope that all is good. Let me know if there was any disruption. I noticed that when I started to speak really strong light language, the computer stopped working. On my end, I'm not sure if it's on your end, so I hope, Loretta, you are still there. Joe, I'm so happy to see you. Been worried about you, haven't seen you around. Nicole, thank you. Catherine and Sharon and anybody else that's watching this right now. Thank you so much for being with me and taking the time to ask those questions. So be well, be love, be safe. And I will talk to you all soon. Lots of love. Be well.